hopefully we're back on now. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but for some reason we lost our stream. Hopefully we're back live now though, guys. Hopefully you can hear me. If not, I am sorry. Boom, 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 boom. Check Twitch. We should be live again, hopefully. I hope so, anyway. Well, Twitch itself is not showing that I'm live, so I don't know. Streamlabs says we're live. I'm back now. Awesome. Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened, but we broke. I looked up. I have one of my TVs running it in here so that I can like look and make sure that it's showing the correct scene, because I have a bad habit of forgetting to change scenes and that kind of thing when I'm streaming. So I'll think I'm showing you guys my gameplay and you're just looking at the starting soon screen, for example, or something like that. And I have a bad habit of doing that, unfortunately. At one point I was like having my wife watch to make sure I remember to do that kind of thing, but then she would get distracted herself, and so it was a whole mess. Okay, we could definitely use something like that. Oh yeah, I was looking for stools for the bar. Ooh, those are nice. Let's see. We can do these stools, they match. 1, 2, maybe 4 on this side and 3 on this side. Because we will scale them down a bit to, I wish I could tell what I scaled it down to. I don't think I can though. So instead of that, I want them all to be the same size. So I will instead just nuke each of these. You figured out what the audio file said in English. Hello, my name is Kitamura Chiyuki. What is your name? Have you made... So, like, you're a professional, it sounds like. Like, I've noticed you go with, like, Japanese names a lot as well. Are you yourself Japanese, or is it like a... or do you watch anime, or like what inspires your naming? Something like this. Just a little closer. Something like that. They don't gotta be perfect. People move the stools all the time, I would assume. And I will move all of these underneath in a moment. Send to back. Trying to decide if I should have let my players know what I'm doing. Because this is, I mean, the look of it is a little bit of a spoiler, but that's about it. So long as, if I know that they're in, at least I can just tell them, I don't have, they'll know what to expect, but like, metagaming, so I could definitely trust them not to, I think. You're ADHD, I feel that, same, and have a lot of time on your hands. You're a history nerd, so you do variously watch anime, but you're very new to it. Okay. Not all your characters have Japanese names. Anisa is Latin. Ricaria is another character. I had a Discord pop up, which isn't Japanese either. They still like scream fantasy names though, so it's really nice. Your naming conventions are good. I like that. Let's see. How many of these little tables do we need? I would like. Ooh. Do I put a stage? Okay, well, first off, the flap is here. The kitchen, we probably have the door for the kitchen here, so I probably don't put it here. But I'm thinking maybe a stage for like bards to play. Where would I put that? I think right here is actually a good spot, but that's the door. We can easily have the door over here though. Yeah, so we'll do seating over here, kind of like down this way a little bit, and then we'll do a stage. Yeah, why not do a stage, right? We can have an area for a, what kind of wood would we use for that? How can I make a platform that looks like a platform on here? We need to re-enable snapping. I want a different kind of wood for the walls. Let's see. Kind of want them to be like half walls though. That'd be cool. Maybe I just don't let them, don't make it, maybe I just make it not block shadows. And then I think that's a thing somewhere. Shadow off. See, now it looks like it's a dedicated platform. Okay, okay. And then I can do a pattern shape. Like that. And now it's a stage. What do you think? Made her father be a Japanese human who cross-dresses, and her mother is actually a wolf race called a Ruagoroa. The character's sister is more of a human wolf hybrid, but your oddball is a tiefling. That's cool though. I really like tieflings. I think I showed you earlier, but my wife is a tiefling for this campaign. It's her first ever time playing D&D, so it's been interesting. She's still in the stage where she doesn't really know when to interject when other players are doing things though, but she'll get there. Ooh, we have some torches. These are cool assets, but I don't think they do what I want them to do. We could have like a darts. People playing darts in this area here. Seems dangerous though, huh? Maybe darts off to the side here. Yeah, we can have people playing darts over here. Love the stage. As someone who 95% of the time takes the entertainer background, you're almost always working in taverns. Fell. At least it's free. Does it at least look like it's a stage, or does it look like it's just some random thing? And if it looks like a random thing, what do you think I could do to make it look more stagey? I wonder if there's any instruments, like a lyre or something. Oh, there's an organ and a whole piano. Yeah, there's a lyre and a flute, harp. Could maybe plop a couple of these guys down. Maybe a small table with the flute on it. Oh, we forgot the lute as well. Adding stairs. Okay, yeah. Stairs. Let's see. What is this? I can see that. Bam, how's that? Hold on. Let me bring to, oh, I've got to put it above walls. How does that look? Is that better? Or did it look better underneath? And then, why is my music not playing anymore? I have this fancy, dancy, gaming playlist going that does not want to play songs now. Let me make that bigger. There. Alright, we should be playing again. Okay. Maybe a small table. Sorry, I decided fine, I will let my play group know that I am streaming. If they want to check out the stream. You think it does pretty well to differentiate between the floor of the tavern and the stage. Awesome. And then I'm going to put a table in the corner. Alright, I am going to put, I guess I'll keep with this light wood color theme because it kind of fits with everything else. And we're going to plop this guy down as well. Do, whatever these things are called, what are these called? Lyres, do they go on... Do they go on tables or do they stand like freestand? I think they're held, right? Pretty sure they're held. I'm going to turn off snapping again so I can plop this in the corner. Bam. And then we're gonna plop the lute on there. We're gonna kind of like rotate it a bit. We're going to move it forward. Rotate it around and let's make it a little smaller. Bam. Kind of just haphazardly tossed on there. Yeah. I was today years old when I learned I can actually rotate with the wheel and not drag it. Okay, good to know. I think the lyre is held when being played. I don't know. We shall look it up. Our lyres are small held instruments. Thank you. So they would sit on the table as well to be waiting to be picked up. I'm going to kind of like, again, keep it a little haphazard. So we're gonna actually have the flute brought forward. It's sitting on top of the lyre like that. The harp, I guess would also be held, right? Or is, I think harps can be either one, right? I think they can be like full on, like sat on the ground upright or on the table. So we're gonna drop that down a little bit as well. And then this, I would love to have resting against it somehow, but it's just not, I don't think it's going to be possible with this asset. So we are going to also scale him down, bring him up a layer, and there we have it. Those are lap harps. Okay. Is your history nerd self coming in to play, or are you a musician expert as well? Flute, lute, harp. Where did the, what is this thing? That's okay. I think we're good like that. Whoop, not like that though. There we go. I think I do actually, I changed my mind. I want the flute over here and the harp shifted a bit. There we go. Well, for the harp you searched up. The lyre you knew from 5 to 7 years of playing entertainer in D&D. Fair enough. Fair enough. And there we have it. I think that's our stage. Plenty of room for the performers to perform, do whatever they need to, juggle, throw knives, whatever the heck they want to do. I think we're going to have our little darts area here. Or not darts, like, yeah. Oh, wait. Ooh, can I put are there any throwing knife objects that I can have inside of it? Well, there's a table knife. Let's see. I think the table knife is going to be the best option. And let's see if we can make it look like it's stuck in there. Meh. Not really. Sad days. Okay, what if we have no shadow and bring it back to the front again? No, I don't think that'll work out. No, darn, sad enough. That's okay. We can make that work. Alright, what else does a inn need? We need a small storage room. And that storage room needs stairs down. We also have this here. Let's see. Rooms different sizes. We've got the bar. I guess I can decorate the bar real quick, and then we'll add some more tables and chairs throughout to be able to watch these guys. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So we'll decorate the bar. Let's see what all the bar might want back behind there. I could probably use a couple of barrels. Ooh, I like these ones with the slight wood. That's an explosive barrel. We don't want that. What else would he want back there? Maybe a table and some tankards. What? There was this whole asset that I could have used. No. That's a big bar, though. I don't want the bar that big, I don't think. Let's see. What is this? Coal bag. Don't care. Sleeping bags. Let's see. How about a small table again? What about shelves? Do we have shelves that we could use? Let's see. Merchant shelf. That can possibly work. Weapon shelves. Okay, okay. We can make that smaller and plop it there. Actually, we can plop it on this side and then put one of the barrels in that corner, I think. Does need to have room to be able to get around back there. So maybe something like that. And then we scale that down. We can plop it in this corner. In your family tree you made for Chiyuki, there's 89 characters. Holy crap! 65 are deceased. What? Why? 85 characters, 65 of which, or 89 characters, 65 of which are dead. That's crazy. That is crazy work. Let's see. What else would we want? Ooh, this would have been nice. Is there like one of these that's not a dwarven style? Bookshelves. You had to do it because funny number. You know what? Nice. That's fair. Yo, what's up, Cade? I appreciate the follow. How you doing today? We are designing my D&D campaign. Their first tavern for their D&D campaign. They're going to reach the tavern next week, so I've got to get this built out pretty quick. So we're working on that today. I think we might use one of these merchant shelves back there too. I feel like it'll get crowded though if I do that. Yeah, it'll be too crowded, I think. Alright, so we need tankards. We need tankards. What else goes behind a bar? What if there's a rag? There's a dragon. Let's make it more exact. And research that. No. Cloth. I'm imagining like a barkeep having to, like, you know, wipe the bar down constantly kind of thing, you know? So we need the cloth and some tankards. Keg. There we go. Okay. What else would a bar need behind them? Probably just more tankards. I mean, maybe some foodstuffs back there, but not much. No, I think we're good with just a bunch of tankards and the cloth. Maybe some water. A bucket of water back there would make sense. Yeah, we got a little bucket of water that we can put there. He's probably, you know, constantly dipping the... Just, you know, so we can clean up a little bit. Something like this. Barely even visible, but A nice little small detail to add, you know? Maybe in this corner here. Something like that. Bam. Visible enough that you can tell that it's there. Put the rag. Do I have the rag? No, I have the bucket. Let me find the rag. Cloth, I think it's called. There we go. What color do we make the cloth? Probably the same green that everything else is. No, that just looks like it's dirty. We'll do a white cloth. And we'll move this over here, like so. Maybe scale it down just a bit. And it's kind of hanging off just a little. He plopped it there. Maybe over here. Yeah. Okay. And then those tankards. I don't know. I think I like this red color against the wood, personally. What color did I make the tankards in the room down here? Same color. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. We'll scale these down just a bit more so I can fit several on. Copy, paste, and mirror. And then kind of rotate a bit so that it's there. And one more time. And then what else do I need to add there? Actually, I think I'm gonna take a quick bio break. So I will be right back in like 3 to 5 minutes. Alright, we are back. Hopefully you guys heard the music. I turned it up on my TV and I didn't really hear it much, but I don't know, could be my TV. But we're back. What were we doing? We were kind of designing the bar and trying to figure out what else should go over here, but I can't really think of much else. Maybe bits of food. Maybe bits of food. We could put up some little food bits over here. Maybe some turkey. How about some turkey? No? Okay. We got some foodstuffs we can put. Let's see. Maybe this guy was eating a whole turkey. I don't know what that thing is. And then this guy left his, we need a plate. That's what we need. How about a plate? Not a pressure plate, a regular plate. We'll make that work. Bam. So we're gonna scale this down. This guy over here was just pigging out. Actually, let me think about that. Right. So we've got a party of 4. With 4 players, they most likely, if they did come to the bar, they would want to sit together. I have a row of 4 here and a row of 3 here. So maybe I'd let them. You know what? I think it adds more. If they have to sit like this versus this, so I think we'll be okay like so. And let's scale this food down a bit, rotate it this way. We're going to send it back, send it front. And then scale it down just a little further so it all fits on this plate nice and tidy, although we need to move both. This one and this, we're going to shift over here. So whenever we actually play, or I might be able to put a person down now, I don't know. Let me make sure audio's good to go. I think we are. Let's put down, I'd like to have a patron. Let's see if I can spell. Not just person. What is this guy doing? He's a scared person. These guys are sleeping, or deceased one. Let's see. What other objects? I think we have tags we can use over here. I don't do them too often because it's quicker to search, but what do we got? We got, that doesn't look like a corpse to me, but whatever. We got some corpses, a bunch of corpses. Viking lady corpse, mummy. Nothing that we're looking for. Kitchen. We'll definitely flush out the kitchen in a moment. The kitchen will be real nice. I think the kitchen's probably big enough. We might end up needing to make the wall a little bit bigger. I know I'm gonna put the door to the kitchen over here so that like they can come out, and I'll probably put another door over here so that they can come out and serve as well. Maybe a spit roast in here. That's what we're missing. We're missing a fireplace. We'll get around to it. I know there's other characters, like there's soldiers and whatnot. But like, I don't know that I can really get them to really look like they're sitting. We can see, we can try. First off, we gotta scale him down to make sense. And we'll just see what it looks like if he's like, something like right there. Whoa, not that far back. Where is he? We want his stool, him to be above the stool. So the stool needs to go back. Does that look like he's sitting? It kind of does. Whoops. I mean, he's still holding his weapon and all, but like, overall, I think it kind of looks like he's sitting. But I put him on the wrong stool, because of course I did. You have 62 characters to name still and 50 years of deaths to come up with for this table to be finished. For that one character. Yeah, for the one character. You're insane, Sakura. Wouldn't be me. Well, probably would be me. I mean, I'm a DM, so like, I have all sorts of other regions that I've done so far for this campaign that odds are my characters will never go to, but like they slightly tie in with the story, and then I have their backgrounds that they wanted to have, and I have to wing them into parts that I wrote. So I can definitely see. Not that. Which, this one? No, this one. I can definitely see it being possible to do from a DM's perspective, but coming up with 90 characters, you have. Why do you have some that are bigger? That's insane. It's crazy. Stuff to use at a camp. We got all sorts of creatures. Oh, look at this little kitty cat. All right, I guess I gotta put a little kitty cat napping somewhere now. We'll choose this cat. He's napping behind the bar. I had to. Debris, decor, furniture. We got a ton more bed patterns. We got some more shelves, storage books, goods. Okay. These will be nice for me to be able to put in the storage room, which is going to go on the left corner back there, I think. We've got lights. Maybe a lantern over here on the side. Something like that, maybe. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I could change the color of those lights, but I kind of like these lights as is. So maybe a small a chandelier. We'll move the tables in a minute, but maybe we'll put a chandelier right in the center. Why not, right? Do we like the one with the lights on it? I think I like the one with the lights on it. Ooh, this one's even fancier looking. That's going in the bank when I design the bank. Cool chandeliers. The Miyako family tree is your biggest and probably proudest tree. It's unfinished. I see a big number on the corner of my eye, but I see the word unfinished. That's a problem. And currently not worked on since the campaign got canceled. It has 725 people. You'll finish it later for your own campaign since those characters were all in your world, and your character you played got teleported to the DM's world. Oh, that's cool. I like how that you kind of got like isekai there. That's pretty neat. Yeah, we can put maybe a brazier on both sides here, something like that. And this, and then, because we gotta have it lit up, right? this needs to go. I just wanted to see if I could change the color of it. Oh, okay. Let's make this smaller and plop it here. Let's make this smaller. Oh wait, I want them to be the same size for symmetrical reasons. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I want them to be the same size. So right there. And right there. And then we'll move this over a bit further here. Okay, maybe I don't put the bedrooms here. Okay, because we're gonna have the door. We also still need to have a storage room. Maybe the storage room is off of the kitchen. Maybe they have to sneak out of here. You're attempting to try to find a third campaign to join. Use Naki, that's her first name, since she never got past level 8. Campaign she was in was supposed to go to level 30. You're gonna have 9th level spells as well. That'd be crazy. I am hoping that once I actually get all of these, all of my custom maps designed digitally, and I've gone through the campaign once and kind of isolated and like figured out all the details, I'm really wanting to like start hosting campaigns, the campaign myself with other people so that they can also experience it. I don't know how likely that is to happen, but you know, I would really like to. So yeah, I don't know. I would like to at some point. I still need more people on the bars. I've got to set people at the tables. We got a lot still to do. So we're gonna have these tables over this way. Maybe like that. Maybe I get rid of the chandelier. It kind of looks tacky, I think. Just floating in the middle. Yeah. All right. So. Hey, you followed me. If you want to join the Discord, there should be a link to my Discord. If you want to join the Discord, whenever I'm able to host the campaign, I'm hoping to do it in the Discord. I added some new channels to the Discord as well for DND just today. And if you want to host your own game in my Discord, feel free. I added a forum section to where you can add and keep notes and track notes and whatnot, session notes or whatever you want to do, that kind of thing. So Pathfinder, we have one friend that's wanting to start. One of my players is wanting to do Pathfinder but he's DM'd. He's always, I think he said everything he's done has always been as a DM. So like he wants to play for a change, and but he has a cool idea for a Pathfinder campaign that he wants to run after this campaign is done, or if we can split up enough time to be able to do both at some point in the future. Alright, so we've got a stage, we've got some lighting, welcome to the Discord. I appreciate you joining, and if you play video games as well, I don't know what you play, but if I'm ever playing a game, I try to interact with my chat as much as possible when I have people that interact anyway. So like if I'm ever playing a game that you wanna hop in and join, feel free to shoot me a message and we can hop in and play some games together. Or just chit chat about D&D. I'm not picky. I just exist and at the whim of my viewers. Whether that's 30 viewers or 2 viewers, I exist at their whim. Alright, so let's see. I really think we might put the rooms along this side instead now. Just kind of sucks, but it's not like I put too much work into this. Reason I'm thinking of that is because I might extend this out, the storage room out some, this way. Eternal Return or Stardew Valley. That's fair. I've never heard of Eternal Return, but I've played Stardew Valley a fair bit. Hunt Showdown I used to play a ton of. I've heard of Project Zomboid, but I've never played it. I'm planning whenever I get paid, which is like next Thursday, after I pay car payment and all of my other bills, I'm planning on picking up Hytale because it looks fun. So I'm going to try to pick it up, and I will probably look into starting a community server with everybody, all my viewers, and we can just kind of play together. At least that's the goal. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but or what it takes to start a server. I'm assuming it's a couple dollars a month, and if it's just a couple dollars a month, I'll probably do it. Yeah, so I think I am going to nuke this, nuke that, not that. Oh, let's see. Wall? Question mark. I don't know if I can select this. You caught me at balanced and less toxic. Used to be a mobile game called Black Survival till they stopped support. You're an OG of that game. That's a shame. I hate when games do that. Oh my goodness, I cannot select this piece of this. Oh no. That wall might just have to always be there. It's probably fine. I'll probably put something in that spot anyway. So let's see. We're gonna move all this up here. I should have grouped all that together. Sad days. Sorry. And then we're going to put a door here. A double door question mark? What kind of door? I still feel like these doors are way too large for the walls. Don't like that door. One of your favorite characters is Leon. She's a girl possessed by a spirit. You use a mixture of her dagger and possessed form in battle. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea of like swapping. I'm assuming they have like different types of abilities and stuff, and I think that would be really cool. So like, for example, I don't know, the possessed form has some sort of like spirit attacks or something, and then the non-possessed form does physical damage or something. I think that would be pretty cool. The storeroom would probably want to be relatively secure because we wouldn't want people stealing. Or would there be a door on to the storeroom from the kitchen? We'd have a basic door up here. And then we would have maybe a stone door here. Dang, I feel like it's just so big. I wouldn't want it to be that big. That's alright, whatever. And then the storeroom will kind of come out. Maybe like... this. I would really like the wood to be a different color though, like this color. No, not right. Oh, okay. It can kind of do that. I just have to find the right color. That's not the right color. Let's keep going a little lighter. There. Darn. Okay. Whoops. That's not where I wanted that wall. Alright. I guess we'll just use the same wood. It looks tacky, but it's not the same wood, in my opinion. In the game, you go around, collect items to build your character stronger. You level up to a max of 20, and you cook food for health regen items. Back in the old days of games, you used to have to make drinks for mana. Oh, that's cool, though. How did they simplify it? Do you just passively regen mana now? Is this the one I used? Yeah. So the storeroom is going to take up that much space. And it needs to have a grate or a trapdoor type thing on it. Trap. Look, there's already a... Ooh, I like this trapdoor better. The wood matches. Okay. So we're gonna make the trapdoor smaller. Maybe like 4 squares. Yeah. And then we're going to... I really need to save this again. I would be very upset if I lost it. Put that there. You just removed mana from everyone? Most characters don't have a resource. See, I was playing something recently, I can't remember what, but like, I like when different characters have different types of a resource. So like, maybe the aggro characters have something like stamina, the magic casters have mana, and the tanks have, I don't know, some sort of like focus type thing, you know? I like when a game forces you to have to strategize and not lose out on things. Well, that's just me personally. Alright, let's see. Trapdoor for them to come up out of. I think I kind of want to put some stuff on top of the trapdoor and force a strength check for them to actually get the stuff, knock it over, and get it off. So I think we want to put some... let's see. Yeah, like ammo, like, sorry, I missed the last little bit of your comment, but like, yeah, like ammo, right? Like, it would be nice for, you know, you to have to manage that. And in my opinion, I think that's really cool to have to do. This one we'll put here. This one we'll keep in the back here. Ooh, I wonder if there's any wine objects, like wine bottles. That could be useful. Ooh, I know where I can put these. I can put multiple of them under the shelf and have them stick out. Like that. Yeah, look at that. That'll look nice. We just gotta straighten it. Not straighten that up, straighten this up. And then we can have a couple of these under there. Like that. Send it back. Bam. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I like that. If I do say so myself. At which point we could have one of each color. Scale that down a little more. And there we go. Bam. Oh, we gotta make the cat a little smaller. He's just sleeping up there. And of course I'm gonna have to name the cat. Oh no. Sakura, what do I name the kitty cat that's at the Serpent's Inn? Again, the name of the inn is the Serpent's Eye Inn. Okay. Gonna have. What else do we need? We replace this with a trapdoor. Kitchen. Midnight. Okay, okay. Does she look like a midnight? Oh, I think it'd be cuter if she was sleeping on this. Yeah, look, I think that's cuter. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's cuter. Alright. It's the little things, okay? Whoa, what is this? Water trails. I don't need that. Alright. Let's go back to stuff that might need to be in a tavern. So we want to flush out the kitchen, and we want to flush out the storage room. Animals. Ooh, there's a bear. A beetle. No snakes. Wait, well it is called the Serpent's Eye, you know? Maybe we would have snakes. So again, we're talking about eternal return, right? So in eternal return, all characters, for a build, all characters build one weapon, head, chest, arm, leg, and accessories. But one character named Alex, he builds 4 weapons that he switches to in combat between. I bet it would be hard to like. I struggle with. I would struggle with being able to swap to different weapons and keeping track of. Oh, okay, this key swaps to my dagger. This key swaps to my bow or whatever. I would definitely struggle keeping track of that. Oh, let's see. What else? Bottles? Oh, no bottles. What is this? Oh. Chairs. I could possibly throw some cobwebs in the storage room. This would make sense. We can maybe throw a little cobweb in the corner here. A whole cocoon here. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That would freak my players out. I don't mind putting something in this corner too. You press E, then you press a number depending on. Oh, that would be even harder. I would just button mash at that point. I don't necessarily like any of these other cobwebs. We'll see. I'll just put one cobweb there for now. Alright. Back to looking for storage, maybe? Let's see, what do we get in the storage? We got some bookshelves, we have a big long bookshelf. We don't really need bookshelves. Or wardrobes. Could possibly throw a couple of chests in here. Maybe. These are merchant shelves. I could possibly line the room with some merchant shelves like that. We'll see. We'll plop them out here and kind of look at them. Storage barrel broken. I like that. Storage crate broken. I like that. Maybe it spilled out some wine or something. The lore for Alex is he's a secret agent, fluent in 6 languages, and has experience in handling many weapons. Oh, okay. So he's basically like James Bond mixed with a fighter. Storage crate covered. Okay. Long storage crate covered. Some boxes. There we go. We got some boxes. Little stack of boxes will plop on top like that, and they have to do a strength check to try to like open the trap door and push it up. So that sums him up perfectly. So it's like James Bond mixed with a fighter. I like it. I wonder how these look. Do these look good, like, on the walls like this? Not bad. I like that. I like these sconces. Okay. I'm gonna plop that down. I can copy and paste it later. Let's see. We need some barrels. And what is this? A bookshelf. You know what? I'll put a bookshelf. Maybe it's recipes, you know? I'd like one with the books, the letters and stuff on top. So, but it's different wood, and that kind of bothers me at the same time, so maybe not. We got a closed chest. We'll put in, maybe my guys will loot that. And I think this is pretty much all the different types of stuff we'll put in the storage room. Okay, so first off, we're going to want at least 2 of those. One of them is going to be sitting on top of this box, or the, whatever this thing's called, the trap door. And my players will have to do a strength check to like push the boxes out of the way. And when they do that strength check, I can have it. That's when these boxes will be toppled over, like so. And I'm going to fill that with kind of a, is that a meaty color, do you think? We need like a beer color. That's close. That just looks like molten gold. Kind of need a little bit more brown in it, I think. Maybe something like, ooh, okay, that. She has 8 strength. Oh, well. She's got magic though, right? So she could just be like, alright, fine. Fireball, blast it open, you know? Every daggum time. There we go. Alright. So that's kind of like spilled something. We got some broken barrels will flow down. Like that. We'll put another couple of these in here. Yeah, see? Eldritch Bolt would probably bust it open, or at least damage it. It might take a couple of bolts, but you get it open eventually. And one more, because I really like the stacked boxes more than I like the others. So, also, I'd theoretically... Wait, quarterstaffs are strength weapons? I didn't realize that. Or maybe I did and I forgot. So now we go ahead and start placing some other stuff. We got some covered storage up here. Just kind of winging it. I don't really have a plan for exactly how this room looks, but hopefully it won't look... I don't want it to look too crowded, but I also, like... It's a storage room, you know? So, like, it should be kind of crowded. Mostly of barrels, I would think, but I like to think that we're cleaner. So like maybe just some barrels here and maybe a couple of barrels like that, and then a couple of the ones with the taps. Maybe the standing one. And one of these ones as well. Shillelagh was good because it makes the magic and uses the spellcast. Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a strength weapon. Kind of weird that it would be a strength weapon. Alright, we'll shift this down, kind of closer to the wall. Maybe we'll put this kind of like here. Maybe a little less orderly. Put a dark one on this side. Make it just a little smaller. Okay, how does the storeroom look? Why is Streamlabs still trying to say things? I thought I just deleted that. What do we think of the storeroom and its trapdoor? Then we'll move on to the kitchen. Here's where we're at so far. Let me disable the grid. It kind of gives a little bit better view. So we've got 2 alleyways here and here. We'll have a... We might make this another back entrance here. Maybe a staff room or something for the staff to... Like a break room for the staff. Ooh! That's what... Never mind. That's something we're missing. We're missing like a private room for gatherings. So we'll make this area back here a private room for gatherings. And we'll have a door out over here for the players to be able to talk to the Thieves Guild representative in the alley in case they don't feel comfortable in the main part of the building. And then we'll put... So we'll take that up to like right here. and come down. And then we'll have the rest of this space. Man, maybe not. Kind of wish I made this just a little bigger. I need rooms. I still have to build the rooms. Want to make this gold though? Yeah. We'll figure it out. Plop this down in here. And we'll see if the players decide to loot. Can't wait till you get the spell magic weapon, since it allows you to turn anything into a non-magical into a weapon. Then you can use your Pact of the Blade to make chairs, shovels, and as a charisma weapon. Oh my goodness. Don't give my players ideas. I don't know if they're here watching yet, but don't give them any ideas. I like it though. I do. Okay. I decided not to use this chest, but we might put it in the bedrooms because they might need something to sleep in or to put their clothes in. Alright, so next we are going to... I would like to have a private room. But I also need a door for outside. So maybe I put the door here. Do I like that door? Not particularly. That's a window. That's a threshold. What about this door? Okay, that's a huge door. Okay. What about this door? Don't worry, most people won't do it because there's much better second level spells. That's fair. Yeah, but one of them has a very high charisma, so like, they might. They very well might. I wouldn't put anything past them at this point. I don't really know what kind of door to use here. I guess this door will work. So I want a door there so that they can go out into this dark alleyway. We need... So let's think about that. Whoops. We need a wall, which is here. And which wall did we use for that? I think it's this wall. Yeah. For some reason I can't seem to like... Maybe if I do this, I can select it and delete that wall. See, I can't, for some reason, cannot select that wall. Yeah, I can't select that wall for some reason. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Let's see. Oh, we had it for a second. What if I move this out of the way? Can I select it now? No. Yep. Alright, I tried. Oh, okay. Well, you're supposed to be this way. You're supposed to be here. I just can't select that wall for some reason. That's okay. We shall move on. What if I do this? Oh, oh, we got rid of it. All right. Sheesh. I hated that wall with a passion. I couldn't get rid of it though. And we need our playlist going again. Maybe we'll cut it up just a little bit. Hopefully you can hear it now. I don't think I could hear it earlier on the stream, so. And hopefully it's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know. For it to work, they would need to either take a feat for Invocations or Multi-Class Warlock for Pact of the Blade, and they need either Artificer, Paladin, Ranger, Sorcerer, or Wizard levels for that spell, or take Magic Initiative and gamble with +4 rolls. That's fair. That saves a lot of effort. And to be fair, my Ranger is the one with the high charisma, so like she would take that. I don't know what her plans are, so we'll see. Maybe this is too loud. There, let's try that. Maybe that's not too loud. You don't think that would break them? No, that's fair. It is unfortunate though. I like Rangers as a class. Alright. Let's make the private room. How much room should the private room take up? Alright, well let's go ahead and just figure out where we're putting the main door, I guess, first. Which I would like to beat this door. Probably. Let's put it here, I guess. I guess it doesn't really matter where we put it. And you know what? That's all you need to be, is versatile in spellcasting. If you can cast every spell you want to, then that's all you really need to do. Alright, so doors here, which means we have, like... Where's the wall tool? I really don't like a lot of these woods, but whatever. Turn snapping back on. We have, like... what would be too close to the wall? We have all of... Oh, that's what's wrong. Okay. We have all of this room that we could kind of use if we want for bedrooms. Each bedroom roughly like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that? I don't know that that's really big enough though. I guess we could make them longer than they are wide, and then we could have 2 layers. So like we could do this as one room, and how wide is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is another room. Which layout do you prefer, do you think? I want to make sure there's a reasonable amount of rooms that it makes sense to have. I probably won't use this wood. I don't like this wood style. But like, do you think a hallway with rooms like this is better? Or do you think having wider rooms but taking up like down to here would make more sense? Once you hit 1 level in Wizard and Sorcerer, you have 3 classes of versatility. You can also take a feat for both Cleric and Druid if you want to have 5 classes. But, I mean, yeah, but the party could always use more healers, you know? It's rule number 1. You can always never have too many healers. Okay, so I'll have hallways like this. I don't know that the room really needs to be that big. I guess I'll design one room and then fit everything in however I need to. Let's see. So, I mean, we need a bed. We need this table. We need the bucket. Or that was the stool. Never mind. I would like to have all of these items. We could probably get rid of the bucket, honestly. So let's see. How can I make all of this fit? Well, first off, we turn off snapping to the grid. Plop the bed in the corner because that's the easiest and most likely place for them to be lazy and put the bed. We can put the table down here. That's roughly straight. And we can put the stool with it like that. Okay, then we can put the chest at the foot of the bed. Wait, is that? We might not put the chest there. Okay, that's how the chest would go. My perspective got mixed up there for a second. And then we can put the chest at the foot of the bed like this for them to store their stuff in. Maybe make it just a little bigger. Like so. How does that look for a bedroom? Would you stay in that room? For say 10 gold, or no, I think that's much. I don't even know how much typical rooms are in D&D. I think I was gonna charge like, I don't know, a gold a piece. You don't pay for your rooms. That's fair. That's fair. And then maybe one of these guys by the door. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 by 4 is not bad, I don't think. And then I just need a door that I can put on. Nope. Portal tool. These little basic doors can probably be fine. But dang it, they're so big for these small rooms. Never mind. Let me do it the other way, the hard way. I need the wall tool. I need to edit points. And we bring that straight again. And then I need here, bring that straight again. And then I will delete this section of the wall and put a door there. Ooh, I could put a little rug underneath. Yeah, I like that. Shoot. These are fancy rooms now. Maybe a cow in this one, another cow print in this one. I got distracted, sorry. Now they're fancy, right? Now that they got rugs. We'll plop this door down. Resnap. Like so, but scale it down just a little so that I can see the pieces I'm working with. And I need to Make the rug smaller. Send it back. I think 1 gold makes a lot of sense because most people get currency wrong in D&D. Commoners get paid in copper and silver. Commoners get paid in gold and copper and silver, so places that are meant for them should be around that price. In fact, a single gold could be a full week's worth or so of pay for a commoner. Sheesh. Though if you wanted to be fancy, you could use your idea where criminals use the most underused D&D currency, Electrum. Isn't Electrum like way higher or no? Like doesn't it go like some amount of gold into like platinum and then some amount of platinum into something else and then Electrum or no? Oh, it's half gold. Oh, okay. That's not that bad. And the chandelier, or not the sconce, the wall sconce, that's what they're called. Bam. Wham. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Our first room is done. I'm going to charge them 1 Electrum. I got you. I mean, you told me about it, so now I got to use it. Half a gold is a singular Electrum. Turn my music back on. My dramatic music. Oh yeah, I don't have anything else in it. Okay. So this, copy and paste that thing over here somewhere. Copy and paste that. So 2 equal 1. Yeah, easy enough. Easy enough to keep track of. For someone who's not dumb anyway. I have some issues doing math occasionally, but you know, not always. Alright, so now we want to make this green. Plop him in this corner. Plop this down over here, maybe a little bit smaller. So they got somewhere warm to put their feet when they wake up in the morning, you know? The door. We gotta do the same thing with the door again. Chest to be a little bit bigger. And then we've got these guys. Oh yeah, and then we've got our tankards of ale and our food scraps. But I have one with a plate over here that I can copy. Not that food. I would say our, well, apparently that plate did not copy. I would say that our, inn is kind of taking shape now. To the front. Oh, not that. Arnold tankards of ale. That's not it. Tankards. 4. Okay. Bring that to the front now. Bring these stools and that back to the back. Send this here like so. Maybe just a little smaller since the table's smaller. And then make this a little smaller. And there we have it. There's our rooms. I am going to change the wall type again though. Dang it, never mind. I guess I'm stuck with the walls because I don't want to go through the effort of trying to get that one off. Oh no. You're slinging copper pieces? Bro, wait till you run out of copper, then you're going to start slinging freaking gold. Imagine that. Imagine how upset your party would be. I can do that. Now I can decide what kind of walls we want. I wanted them to be a little on the thinner side. Maybe these walls. And then just thinner. While still making sense for the width of that door. You know what? I'm okay with that. And I just need to add a new wall up there of the same type, which is this. I'm snapping back on. Bam. Now I can make this 0.65, I think is what I did on this one. No, 0.6. And then we can make this door just a little bigger. Yeah, no, I would be very upset at you from a party perspective if I was to find out that you've been wasting all of our gold on frickin' throwing it at people. And there we have it. That's our first room. Done and done. And this is our second room. Almost done. I need to go to the wall tool. Oh wait, first let me change the wall type so that I don't have to do all that crap again. And then change this 0.6. And maybe make this a little smaller now since the wall itself is smaller. Something like that. It's better than your Saturday game where your character doesn't know the difference between platinum and silver. She gave one silver as a tip and their character thought... That's funny. That's funny. That's gold. Or, well, I guess not technically gold in this instance, but you know what I mean. Now the wall tool. You also stupidly decided she was illiterate. Oh, well, that can cause issues. So we put a point here, and we put a point roughly here. Bring that back in just a little, and then we delete this section of the wall. We copy this. Paste it, mirror it, and place it down. 2 rooms done. Although now I kind of feel like I have too much walkway space there, but that's okay. She's also a pacifist. How does being a pacifist work in a TTRPG? Like, I'm just saying, like, you gotta fight stuff all the time, right? Alright, so 1, 2-ish, 3, that's 2, 4. We could probably have 6 rooms anyway. Oh no, I forgot. What do I have selected for now? I think I have the table selected. Plate. We need food. Drench. And then I need the tankards. This one? Okay. Good enough. Don't have to be exact. Although ideally these would be flipped, but that's okay. What I want to do is have as much as possible made into a prefab. What am I missing? I would be missing the food. And I think that's it. Use to spell tongues and try to talk to things. You have healing magic. Despite her being 4'8", she carries a great sword as a bard with 8 strength. And currently she's only killed 9 creatures by accident. How do you accidentally kill something? You step on it? Fall on it? Isn't there like a select tool? That's okay. I can make this work. Let's see. This, and that. Make prefab. Tavern. Small room. What did I miss? Oh, I got it all. Look at that. Bam. I think I got it all. Okay, and then I can do this, do it all again. Hopefully, I might miss the tankards this time, all the big ones. But that's okay. They're the kind of easiest ones to mess with. I missed the food as well, but I had the plate, so that's okay. Oh, well. That goes in the tavern section. There we go. Okay, so now all I have to do is hopefully map out the rooms. And hopefully I can get away without doing too much more. Alright, so our room measurements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll probably look better once I make them smaller, hopefully. We will see. I'm up to 0.6, not 0.65. Does that look okay? It looks good enough. I think there's an option to like in the wall tool to like merge with the walls somehow. I think don't work, I guess. Okay. She hit the creature with a firebolt for most of the kills, trying to use fire and pain to get them to retreat, but they were too low for that. Ah, I gotcha. She have a corruption meter where the more you do things against her morals, regardless of if you have to, the higher you get. At thresholds, the next feat I take makes it harder to be a pacifist as a punishment. And I get helpful feats when I do things towards her pacifist goals as well as reduction. That's cool. Currently, out of everything she's done in the campaign, you're at a 69 out of 100. So, like, meaning you're 69% of the way to no longer being a pacifist. That's pretty neat. I like that idea. Okay, well, apparently I cannot merge walls, but that's okay. We will... object, I think... prefabs are somewhere here. Prefabs, there we go. Tavern. Small room, look at that. See how much easier that's gonna be? I guess I didn't get the food in that one either, but that's okay. Maybe I alternate, so like, and it'll be easier to have the big rooms on this side and the small rooms on this side. Probably. I feel like the rooms are almost too big. That's okay. Let me put that down, and I want to see if I can just mirror this whole thing. Bam. Perfect. Look at that. Easy peasy. Yeah, 100 basically snaps, and then you can fully exploit the broken things I found out about being a 2024 bard. Fortunately, we don't have a bard in my party, so you can tell me all about that one. And I will go back to prefabs, taverns, big room. We'll place that one down, and then we will flip it. Move it around just a little bit, like so. And then all I have to do is put the doors on. Oh yeah, we still have the stables down here to do, which means we need a doorway here to take our animals out. And then I think we'll be done. We got 2 more. I think we can do 2 more rooms here. I'd like to have a private room, but I don't really see a way to fit that with this size other than like right here, but that's not ideal either. So no private room in this one, I don't think. I also think I just changed my mind, and I'm gonna change. We still have 2 more levels to go. We have the cellar level, which ground level goes to. Cellar level will have more storage. It's smaller, but it's the one that's actually gonna have the trapdoor, not this. So I'll fix that in a moment as well. Main thing that breaks the game is starting from level 10. You can slowly replace bard spells with cleric, druid, wizard, or wizard spells. 2 at level 10, one per level up. So you can imagine how to go. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So bards can just be like, yeah, I'm gonna copy your spells. I'm gonna do everything that you can do. Thanks. Alright, I will worry about the doors last. We will continue with the walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bam. And bam. And then we will make the walls 0.6 and 0.6. And then we will go to prefabs, and we'll do 2 small rooms here. So we actually only end up with 2 of the bigger beds, and then these rooms. Like so. And mirror this one. And like so. Also at level 20, the capstone ability is just you always have power word, heal, and kill prepared, but yours can target 2 creatures. Oh, well, that's... I'm glad I don't have a bard. I'm glad we don't have a bard. My campaign should theoretically, it probably won't go till 20, but I think it should go from like level 1 to 15 or 16 or so. It might be able to go further. I mean, we're not necessarily... Right now, I'm playing milestones, and I think milestone-wise, it's pretty much around level 15 with what I've got planned so far anyway. Okay. We got that done. We still need more tables as well. I will add doors. Whoops. Click the button. I will go to wall tool, edit points, and I believe, let's see, 1 square, like it's actually like half a square, so what we can get, I'll just do it here, and the door will be in this space. Same here. Oops. And here. Bam. There's our door spaces. Now we'll come up here and we'll grab this door, plop it down roughly where it should be, twice. And then we'll grab this door and plop it where it needs to be twice. And then we'll zoom in and fix them. All right. So they probably have to be just a smidge bigger, since good enough. Works for me. Oddly enough, this one actually ended up in about the right position, but I think it needs to be a little thicker. I didn't realize it got rid of those status conditions as well. Alright, so we got 6 rooms done. Got a little walkway for when they do that. Also, if you're prone, you can use your reaction to stand up. Whoops, sorry. I didn't realize that either. Is that just a bonus with freaking power word heal? I mean, I know the power word spells are busted, but that's kind of crazy. Okay, so we've got a little bit of redesign to do here. We need more tables. Let's do the redesign first. So instead of this box here, whoops. I forgot that there's actually a staircase to a cellar. So we'll do this. And I'm going to rotate this like so, as if it fell off and spilled in their way. And then the only bonus is that now bards can target 2 allies. I would hate to be the DM who finally downed the 2 front lines just to have the front bar go full HP. No, no. I would be mildly irritated, but I mean, I don't know. As a DM, like, I don't want to kill my party normally. I almost did a couple of times last week. They ran into my first trap room that I designed, and the Warforged kind of got caught a little bit. Almost died. But to be fair, they had gone 3 floors without a full rest. They had 2 short rests, but they hadn't had a full long rest yet. So definitely easy to get close to death. But that's the whole point, right? Like, my story-wise, right, the person that brought them into the Colosseum is trying to forge them into weapons that can fight gods, fallen gods. So, like, they're supposed to go through fights and come out stronger and for the better, you know? Ooh. Yeah, I like that. Maybe these ones. These ones are smaller. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Get rid of the trapdoor. Let's put these here. A staircase like so. Bam. How does that look? Does that look like a staircase? It's supposed to be a staircase. In your campaign, you don't want to kill the party, but your world has consequences in scenarios where it should be clear they should run. That's fair, right? But it needs to be obvious if you want them to run from a fight. It should be obvious to them that they should run from that fight. Because like, if it's not obvious and they try to fight and then the red dragon one shots one of the party members, like it wasn't obvious, you know. Or if there was like a hidden thing that, like a trap that one shots your party, you obviously shouldn't have designed the trap that way, that kind of thing. At least that's kind of some stuff that I'm trying to keep in mind as I build out the world. It's like, so far I haven't built anything that necessarily would require them to run away, other than when I'm building out this heist, right? Like, obviously they shouldn't try a straight-on attack over the bank when they try to steal the item that's in the bank, that kind of thing. But overall, like, you want to keep that in mind, I think. For example, there's an enemy that is immune to everything except a specific role at the start, which determines if they can fight the creatures. Oh, that's kind of cool. Like, I think to be like a side, like, I can't remember what game it was, but in one game I played, it might have been D&D, it might have been some other tabletop RPG, but in one I played, you could have psionic abilities, and you had to roll to be able to, like, even know if your character had psionic abilities or not. And of course, if you had psionic abilities, then you could do different types of damage, that kind of thing. Okay, let's see. Let's do the stables real quick, and I think that'll kind of like solidify how we look. I do need a door though. I used the double doors out there, so let me do it here as well. Okay. Oh, okay. Persona's a cool game. I didn't play it much, but I had a friend that played a ton of it. Okay, let's see, we want to, I believe there are items for a, what am I building? Stables? Let's see, of course it looked up table. Okay, we got horses, we got stables, we got trowels. The door, we probably don't need an actual door, right? We just need a threshold. Dum, 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 dum. Maybe on the side over here. That doesn't really work. That's okay. It doesn't actually have to be a full-on stable, right? It just needs to be obvious that that's the intent. Yeah, I'll put it here. I should have had the map be a little bit taller. That's all right. Okay, so we got a couple of different horses. How many stables are we gonna have? Let me see. Dum, dum. Okay, well, we could have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have like 5 or 6 of them. Which is probably fair since I have like 6. Let me make sure this is snapping just to make it easier. Never mind, because I want the front of this to be showing, I think. Or do I? That probably looks okay. Although I gotta figure out how to scale the horse down properly to the right size. And we will turn off snapping for that. And we'll put in a trowel. We'll grab some hay assets, and then we'll grab a water trowel. And I think that's all we really truly need. Yeah, we can put some hay on the floor for them. I like this one better. Some hay on the floor. Maybe something like this for the horses. Don't really have enough room in there to actually feed them, I don't think, but they don't need food, right? Can actually make the horses a little bigger now, though. And he's sipping at the thing. There we go. That is going to be our stables. Whoops. Whoa, hold up, where'd my floor go? I'll have to re-add it, I guess. Darn, that's a shame. I'll refill it later. Or I guess I can do it now. Pattern fill, because I was gonna change. Oh no. Oh no. Send it back. Whew. Okay, we're good. Whew. I almost panicked. I was going to change the design of the floor in the rooms to be this floor. Just to add a little bit of change, and then we can do tiles in the kitchen. Definitely looks better. And then stone in here. he would probably have a safer walkway as well. Let's do... That'll be too bright. Yeah. No, I guess he can keep the same floor style back there. And maybe we change this to the kind of like broken and worn tile. No, I think I like this better. Okay, and then just to check, how does this look instead? Nah, I think I like having a little hay on the dirt floor better. Alright, let's finish up the stables. On a big hay bale here. And then we will plop down horses after. Turn snap off. And I can kind of do this. I wonder if there's pitchforks. Don't have to be perfect, even if it's not perfect. And even if I know it's not perfect, my players won't know, and I don't think they would care anyway. Bam. Alright, and then we just add some horses, and I think we're done with this layer. Oh no, we still gotta add more tables. Maybe some patrons. Alright, how's this looking so far? We got some rooms built, we have a stage, we got some lighting going on, we got our main entrance, we got a couple of back entrances, got a kitchen that we need to flesh out some more as well. We got our bar, we got Midnight the cat, we got our stables going on now. We will grab some horses. Got a bunch of different horses now. Various colors and states of dress. Since they're in the stables, we're going to assume they probably wouldn't be dressed or harnessed or saddled. Saddled, that's the word. This guy, he's gonna be laying down over here. And oh, that's a skeleton. Oof. Let's see. Maybe this one just got in. Maybe he is currently saddled. And I think we're good. I don't like this one. He's kind of boring looking. So now we will make these guys smaller. Ooh, maybe I'll drop some, we'll have them different sizes, and maybe I'll put some apples and stuff on them, on the ground. And this one can be be in the very center. This guy's kind of laying around. And you can be in this one. Maybe they wouldn't all be filled, right? And maybe I'll drag this one over as well. Okay. And yeah, let's see if there's some apples that we can throw in there just to add some other some green apples. No other, what about fruit? Fruit boxes. Carrots. Horses like carrots. Can add a little carrot here, and maybe you're munching on a carrot, and then we can add a couple of apples as well. Maybe you get an apple and you get an apple. Make it a little smaller, plop it here, and sit it behind the horse. Make yours a little bit smaller. Maybe it's kind of just sitting over here. Smaller, rotated, like so. And behind the horse, like that. And then finally you, but it's gonna be on this side. Just for some variation. All right, how are we looking? Still need tables, still need to do kitchen, and I think I'm gonna add one more of these guys. Or maybe that one can be a back door actually. Yeah, that one can be a back door. Just a plain back door here. Nah, I think I like the threshold better. Bam. Just another way in and out. And then we just need some like farm tools, like a pitchfork and that kind of thing. Pitchfork? Darn, we don't have any pitchforks. Alright, we'll check over here for, maybe we'll just search farm and see what we come across. That's arm, not farm. That's also an arm. Got some roots, scarecrows, a beet. Pumpkin. I don't guess we get a pitchfork. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. I would have liked to have like a pitchfork and that kind of thing, but overall this is not bad. Oh, we need buckets. Oh, let's see. Maybe a couple of buckets here and here. And what else would go inside of a we could have a cart, an empty cart in here. Or maybe one sitting outside like that. A little buggy sitting outside. Just got, yeah, I like that. And maybe on this side, we've got one that just came through that is waiting to be set up in there. I want the horse to be about the same size as these other horses, so I'll make that a little smaller. And have him on this side, like so. Okay. And let me make these buckets a little smaller as well. And maybe one more hay bale. At an angle like this. I don't think I want the second bucket. I would have loved a pitchfork that I could put in there with those, but that's okay. Got a horse here that's getting ready to be detacked or whatever you want to call it and put up in the stable. We got a cart over here. I think that leaves our kitchen. This is a stove, and this is also a corner stove, and then this is another stove that like is in the middle of being cooked. Alright, I don't think I want this stove. I think, or well, I might do both. I don't know. It's a good enough spot for that stove. We're definitely gonna need like, I don't like this stove. What stove is that? Stove gray. We don't like stove gray. Object tool, and we're going to search for stove. Oh wow. Ooh. I think we're gonna stick with that one. That is nice too though. I think we're gonna stick with these stoves up here, and then maybe some shelving along in this back corner for like, you know, foodstuffs. And then, let's see, what else do we want? Maybe some shelves. Let's see. Recipes galore, question mark? Yeah, this could be recipes that the cook keeps. And then we just need some stuff that would go in a kitchen. Let's see, we have all sorts of stuff. Maybe water. Let's see, what do we have that has water? Some sort of water container, like, you know, rinsing the dishes. We have a drowned body. Water wheel. Need a container of some sort. Guess we can use, oh, there we go. We can use this guy. And maybe I can scale those down small enough. Turn off snap, scale them down. And mirror. And then maybe scale the trough small enough to be in between them, like something like this. And move it over a little bit, like so. All right. Then I just need to, let's see, I wonder if there's a kettle. What is this? Fire pit. Storage box, if you're fancy, or a vase if you're not. Writing desks, pumpkin, food. We need more shelving, like storage. Let's see. Well, it fits perfectly. But I don't. Okay, what if we do this, but mirror it? And make it smaller. Something like that would give plenty of storage. I'll do that. Alright, so we'll store all our stuff. We got tons of recipes, and then we'll store all of our stuff on top there. What all does a kitchen need? All tons of assets here, but I can't decide what I want. A head? No. I kid. Tomato. We could definitely make something with those tomatoes. What else we got? Let's see. Alchemy might have some stuff we might want. Little alchemy table in the kitchen might not be bad. Preserves of some sort. Sure. And we got some random herbs we can color. different shapes. Cool with that. I can plop down a couple of notes. Mortar and pestle would make sense. Ant swarm? No. How about a dinosaur? What else? What else? What else? What else? Bakery. We have nothing in the bakery apparently. We don't have any of these anywhere. We need some cups. Some more bar doors and stuff. If anybody has any ideas on other things that we would want to have in our kitchen, let me know. And I will add it. Or do my best to add it. I'm kind of going through stuff at the moment, trying to find other options of things. Here's some broken stuff. Random debris. Nothing relevant to us yet. Cage. Carrots. Ooh, camp might have some other stuff for us, like a spit roast. I don't know that I would be... I don't know if we would have the spit roast in the middle of the dang kitchen though, but it could make sense to have it going over here somewhere. Maybe. Maybe a little fire and a spit roast that the chef is kind of having to watch and maintain. Clutter. I like clutter. Candle clusters. Chained grimoire. I know it's supposed to be a spell book, but it could easily be a recipe book. What else might we want? Here's some beets, some more vegetables and whatnot. Some berries. Carnival tent. I don't think a carnival tent would be inside of a kitchen though. Let's see, what else, what else? Trees, see a flower bed, fruit box. I guess that could make sense to be around. We might plop one of these fruit boxes in the corner here. They could probably sit on top. Yeah, maybe if 1, 2, 3 fruit boxes. I'll make them smaller in a minute. Some shrooms. Oh, look at that, we got people. Okay, we got a cook. Bam. We got a couple of guards that are just kind of chilling. We got a scared person. We got someone standing. Anyone sitting? He does not appear to be sitting. We might throw him out there. We might throw this guy out there. Throw a few of them. This dark red color means that they can be colored, I believe. And so I can change their outfits. Sort of their outfits. I can change what they're wearing anyway. Maybe have you tending to the fire. To the pig. We can have you kind of sweeping up the place. Have another guard up here sitting. Might put a couple of backpacks on some of the tables with the patrons. Because why not? Why not, right? Yeah, why not? Plants and whatnot. We got. There we go. We'll plop this rug down, but it's gonna be a lot smaller. Probably even be this direction. Lots of weapons. Lots of other stuff, little mountains and whatnot, little tower, little boats. Nothing super helpful for what I'm trying to do at the moment. Nothing else, anyway. We're almost done, though. We already did one of them. Let's see. Suit of armor. Roofs and whatnot. Helmed horror. Construction, contraptions, corpses, creatures. Got more creatures. We got eggs. You know what? I need eggs in the kitchen. I will plop some eggs down. Maybe a little rat. I'm just chilling, you know. Maybe a cow in the stable. Nah. I feel like if I did, I would need a couple more cows. Could definitely have another kitty cat curled up, though. Gallows. Debris. Decor. Maybe a picture frame on the wall. Nah. Sundial could kind of make sense out here, but I don't think I want to bother it for these. These are not useful. Dining, here we go. Here's some more stuff. We got a whole pig roast. We got some pots and pans. We got some bread. Plates. Potatoes. Onions. If you're curious, I'm mostly just putting this stuff out so that I have I can kind of tell what all we've got, and then I am gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with it from there. And we'll pop this out. I think it's probably enough stuff. Doors, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need dragons. What the heck is this thing? Those things are terrifying. Fish. I think we're probably good. What is this? Toilets? Well, I didn't think about toilets until now, so yeah, I don't guess they need toilets anyway. Maybe there would theoretically be a bathhouse somewhere off back this way. Too late now. Fireplace, which could be nice to have, but I don't really have room for one anymore. Maybe put it here. That's kind of pushing it though, I think. You would expect it to be where people would sit, so. No fireplace at this one either. Alright, I think we are probably good to go. Got some kobolds. Wouldn't mind some more peeps to chill at the tables, but yeah, there we go. We got a druid. We could possibly sit at one of them. We got a dwarf. Some other dudes. We got a gnome. What else? It says he's a hill giant, but he ain't gotta be a hill giant, you know? We can use him as something else. Got a mage. A couple other dudes here. We got mind flayers. A couple of monks. Yeah. That guy's important. Alright, so I think we can kind of finish setting things out. Okay. We're looking pretty good, I think. Let's go ahead and finish the kitchen now. And then we will add tables, sit these guys down, and decorate the tables. We got our cook over here doing cook things. Okay, we're gonna scale this alchemy table down to kind of fit in here. We are going to put the pig roast on a table in the middle of the room. Let's see what color. It looks like greens. This looks like potatoes, so let's go with a brown color. A golden brown color like that. Oh wait, that looks more like potatoes. What is this? It's just a fruit box. Let's go with a, I don't know what color that is, but that'll be roughly. This one definitely looks like potatoes, so it's going to be this brown color. And then we'll add some extra potato. Oh, these are eggs. My bad. These are also eggs. Disregard. These are the potatoes. White with a little dot of red. I'll take it. We got some eggs in this corner. We got a recipe book here, and it's going to be bound in black leather. There we go. We got some recipe notes over here next to it, like so. Don't think we want the chicken. I would like to have, yeah, don't think we need that. We can plop the tomato up here with a couple more tomatoes. What is this? This is some preserves of some sort. We can have a couple of jars of preserves, whatever that is. Bam. And then we'll have some herbs, chilaxin, maybe with a kind of whitish yellow tint to them. Apparently I can't make them smaller. And then we'll throw these herbs over there. These ones are going to be like, I don't know, broccoli or something. Or is this just stuff to make it look not empty? We'll go gray with this because there's not enough grays. And orange this because it looks like a big old carrot to me. We'll kind of have it catty corner so they can still see the green, and we'll go with like a bluish colored back here. Plop them up there as well. Mortar and pestle, kind of chillaxing over here on the stove. What is this? This is an onion. Nah. This, what is this the table of? Oh, this is a cutting board. I think I'm gonna use it as a table. We might not. We'll see. Definitely need a table though. Objects, tables. I think I liked, it's a design table apparently, but I think I might use that. Here's the alchemy table again. Yeah, where did that one go? This dark wood table. Bam. there. Now we can plop the pot roast on top of that. Centered there. And put this up there as well. Like that. Now we can make the cutting board smaller. Put it on this side. Like that. And now we can put like a tomato, one of these carrot looking things on here, and a knife. I think it was already on the object tool. Okay, and then do we have a pot of some sort? We have a potion rack. We have flower pots. What about pitcher? Oh look, there's a pitchfork like I was looking for earlier. And we have cherry trees. We're getting there, guys. We have, oh, there we go. That's what I want, right there. We want something on this side over here as well. We're gonna cut this, whatever that thing is, out of the idea. We're gonna cut the fish. And what is this? Berries. Berries are nice to have. Don't really know where to put them though. I guess the berries can sit over here. And this is another big bowl that I will put on this one. Like so. Bam. All right. Let me get the campfire sorted out and the extra piggy sorted out. And I think I want to rotate it so that there's room for the worker. To kind of interact with it however he needs, like so. Bam. And let's fix this pitchfork. Yeah, that looks good enough. All right, now we need tables and places for these guys to sit. So we got room for one more guy, two more guys at the bar, and we're gonna have sit at the bar. We will have Druid Lady. She looks like she drinks a lot. She'll sit at the bar over here. And I need to send her back, but not that far back. I need to send her to here. Nope. Too far. Okay. What layer is this table on? Or what layer is this stool on? And where did she go? It is on prefab 7. So I need her to also be. How do I move her to prefab 7? I don't actually know how to do that. Alright, well, I can probably just do bring to front. And then this table. Let's see. Problem is, oops. Once I bring it to front, I'll lose this. All the little stuff I've put on the top of it. So I'll just move all those over here real quick. Get her sat how I want her. Get everyone else sat how I want them. And then, which is only like one more guy. And I think it'll be this guy. He's gonna sit over in this corner. Just kind of chill like that. Then I'll bring this to front. And it'll kind of look like they're sitting. I really wish her arm could be on top, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll move her back a little bit. Or rotate her. Not sure. That's okay. She's just sitting there with her hands underneath the table. Alright, now I can redecorate the table. Put a cloth over here. Put some food in front of this guy. Put a plate and some food in front of this guy. And a cup in front of her. Plus a empty bottle chilling over here as well. Like so. Okay, bar area equals done. Kitchen, done. Storeroom, done. Rentable living quarters, done. Stables, done. Alleyways, pretty much done. Stage, done. Target practice area, done. So now we just need more tables. But I guess we can like get these guys sat at their tables first. So you can kind of chill here. I wanted him to be above that. There. Nope. 3. There we go. He's conked out. Let's see. His buddy's also going to be conked out, I think. Maybe slightly larger. And I need him on layer 3. Bam. You're just a worker, you're kind of sweeping up. But you do need to kind of scale roughly with the rest of them. So you can kind of just be standing up sweeping. I feel like the monk would probably be the one that's kind of chilling here and looking at a map for some reason. So we'll put him here. Let's see the rest. Let's see, we need one more guy over at this table. And he kind of looks like he's getting ready to throw a knife. So I will have him stationed here, playing the little throw kind of darts type game. Bam. Alright. Let's see, we got a few more folks that we're wanting to fit in to sit. And we definitely need more tables. So let's build us out a table. Perfectly matching those tables. So we will do this. What chairs did they use? I think they used these chairs roughly. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can just decorate them. But first we want to bring this to the front above those. Move this a little closer. Like that. And then we will decorate the tables and with tankards, I guess. And what other clutter is there? We got some playing cards we can throw on the table. And then we can storeroom, I guess, can kind of have the it leaned up against like that. You definitely could use a shovel in here. Sorry, I got distracted. I'll come back and make that smaller. Oh yeah, foodstuffs on those as well, I guess, right? Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. And food. We'll plop some chicken and fish. Maybe a small piece of bread. Plates. Fish and bread, or chicken and bread, and other piece of chicken. Alright, I think that's going to be pretty much our tables. So let's make everything kind of small enough to fit on the table. tankards and kind of be off to one side like they just came. We got plate, which is kind of small enough already, I think. So then we just need to make the other food smaller. And we're getting there. Alright, and then we'll make the chicken, bring it to the front, make it a little smaller as well. And this plate will have the other chicken and the fish because this person couldn't decide what they wanted more. Ugh, that was annoying. Why did I lose that again? Bring to front. There we go. Shrink the fish down a little. Bring it front. Make it a little smaller. Tankards over on this side. And playing cards on this side. And then finally, we grab all of it. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That makes things so much easier. Shoot. Never mind, it doesn't make anything easier. It makes things harder. Because it selects this ground as well. There we go. Okay. I want to shrink this down to about the same size as their tables, which is roughly that. Okay. Make prefab. Tavern. And I will plop that down here. And then I will go back to prefabs and put down another one of those because that is a lot of work to make one table. Nope, not this. Examples, tavern tables. And I will plop down another set of tables and then another set like this because I don't really know how many tables I need, but we'll find out. We'll make these ones smaller. So now it's a little easier to handle. Okay. So let me make sure I have about the right size. Dang. I know I can like separate and then I can like move one at a time, so I can do that. this button? I don't want the same tables to be next to each other multiple times. But I do want it to be kind of haphazardly done. I think we're getting close though. We are very, very close to being done. We need to deselect that. There we go. Don't really know how far out I want the tables to go either. I don't think I want this to be an actual like area for eating. I don't know. Accidentally selecting the floorboard is very annoying though, I'll tell you that. Okay, this is the one with the chessboard, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's see. That's the one I built. Okay, well, don't know what I just... No! I don't know when the last time I saved was. Oh. I'm sad. I don't know when the last time I saved was. I don't know when the last time I saved. Oh, oh goodness. Oh no. I might cry, guys. I might cry. I may just cry a little bit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All right, well. Oh, why isn't there some sort of autosave periodically? Watch there be one, I just don't have it enabled. It's supposed to back up every 10 minutes. Oh man, I'm so sad. Look at all we lost. We lost all the stables. We lost the redesign of this room. We lost. Oh no. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go cry. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there, and cry a little bit. I appreciate you guys sticking around, chilling with me. Next time I will stream and I'll finish this up, I guess, and next time I stream I'll show you guys how much I got done. Appreciate you guys coming by, appreciate the follows.